Hi everyone, it's Jerry Ann with scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com, and this evening I have a cute project using a few supplies from your stash, as well as all the rage seems to be these paper straws right now. Everybody on YouTube who's doing haul videos from Target and stuff is gung-ho about these paper straws. I'm like, what am I going to do with paper straws? Because, of course, I got caught up in all of that. So I have black and white ones. I have white and black ones. I have pink and white. I have red and white polka dot. And I have hearts with craft. And I'm like, what am I going to do with all these straws? And that, because, I just got caught up in it. They were only $1, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to have them. So I came up with a project to do that. I'm going to use the black with white polka dot straws from the Target dollar spot. And we are going to create a mini album. So you are going to need 5 sheets of base pages. And these are 8.5 by 11. They are some heavyweight cardstock. Not too heavy, but definitely a little heavier than just the regular stuff. Close to my heart, regular cardstock is perfect. I just found some 8.5 by 11 in my stash. You're going to need some baker's twine. You're going to need your scoreboard. You're going to need a bone folder. You're going to need a pair of scissors, and let's see, and some paper to decorate with. So are you guys curious what we're making? How about we just go for some guesses? What do you guys think we're going to make? We're going to make an album. All right, so nobody's with me tonight. We're going to revisit the piano hinge binding. We're going to revisit the piano hinge binding. But not only that, so yeah, we're going to reuse the straws. So I'm going to teach you how to do this with the measurements for the straws and that. But I also thought, well, everybody is hauling stuff again at the Dollar Tree. And why I got sucked into haul videos for the Dollar Tree, I will never know. But I loved the idea of the binding. And then when you put this like this, you can make a circle album. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool? It got one of the little candle holders, stuffed it in. Now we have a decorative album that can stand up and you can showcase all of the pages. What do you guys think? Dorky, not dorky, like it, not like it, worth my time? Guys want to see how to make it? All right, well, I'm going to show you how to create this cute little album. I have not embellished this one yet. This was just so that I could get my measurements to be able to do the trusty little piece and that. So you are going to need 5 straws. You're going to need 5 pieces of cardstock, 8.5 by 11. Darby, what are you doing, Bubby? Like I said, you're going to need your scissors, a bone folder, your scoring, your scoreboard, and your paper trimmer. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to decorate this one with the La Vie en Rose collection from Close to My Heart because it's Valentine's Day. All right. So our very first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut each of our pieces in half. So we're going to cut at 5.5 inches. So our pieces are going to be 5.5 by 8.5, and you're going to need 10 of them, which is why you need 5 sheets of cardstock. Okay, so now that I have my 10 sheets of cardstock cut, I need to cut these down to 5 inches. 5 inches by 8.5. So we're going to take off 1/2 inch off each one. And we can use these little pieces for decorating later. I guess we could have just cut the pieces at 5 inches and not done this step. We still would have ended up with a little strip. But instead of being 1/2 inch, it'd be 1 inch. Okay, so now that all of our pieces are cut to the right size, which is 5 inches by 10, no, 8.25, or 8.5, 5 inches by 8.5. We're going to take our scoring board. I've got my Martha board here. And we are going to score these at 4.25, which is our middle. And we're going to go back 1/2 inch, which will take us to 3 3/4. And then up 1/2 inch, which will take us to 4 3/4. So that is what we need to score all of these at. So we're going to take it again. We're going to score at 3 3/4, 4 1/4, and 4 3/4. Four 1/4, 3 3/4, 4 3/4. We're going to score all 10 of these pieces that way. That jumped a channel there. Jumped it again. All right, last one. 3 3/4, 4 1/4, 4 3/4. Okay, so all 10 of our pieces are scored. We're going to set our scoreboard aside for a moment. We're going to take and fold each of these on the center line and give them a good crease. right, so now we have them all folded, all 10 pieces folded in half. So now they measure 4 1/4 by 5. Okay. Oh, really? You guys are going to fight with each other now? All right, we're going to take our scoreboard again, and we need to put a mark. You can do this with a pencil. You can do it with your scoreboard, whatever you want to do. We need to put a mark every 1/2 inch on the 5-inch side near the binding piece. So we're going to start at a 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2. All right, and you're going to mark all of these. Okay. Okay. We're going to chase that cat. All right. And we're just going to mark all these pieces on that fold line. What are you doing, Darby? Darby, what do you got? Oh my goodness. Come here, Darby. Bring it here. Darby, bring it here. Come here, Darby, what you got? What you got? What you got? What you got? That goes in the garbage, girlfriend. That goes in the garbage, girlfriend. Okay. Oh, you're gonna fight? You guys are gonna talk to each other? All right, we're down to our last 3. And our last one. Now we're done with our scoreboard. You can put it away. Now what we're going to do is you're going to take your scissors, and on each of those score lines that you just created, which you guys can't see here, you're going to cut up to the edge, the scored edge, 1/2 inch in. Okay, so if you have it like this, you unfold it, you're going to have kind of a fanny piece in there. Okay, you guys can kind of see. Okay, so you're going to do that to all the pieces. You're going to cut on the spine, on the folded edge, up to the creased edge. And you want to get as close to that as you can. Try and make your cuts just about as even as you can. But definitely hit that crease line. So I'm just, again, cutting on all of these marks, 1/2 inch a piece, all the way up to the score line on the folded edge. Okay. You guys are sure quiet tonight in the chat. I know this is the boring part. And last one. All right. So now we have cut all of our edges, folded edge on our pieces, and we've got them all kind of lined up, and they basically are going to meet up pretty close. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fold these all back on their fold line, give them a good crease, and do that for all of them. I haven't heard Ian come in yet, so I'm hoping that he's still coming to do Boy Scouts with the guys tonight. If not, it's going to be real short and sweet, guys. I'm going to get to show you how to do this, and then I'll have to come on after Scouts and do the decorating. But at least we can get this part done. We would skip it, but we have a camping trip coming up and chocolate sales to deliver. So, all right, last three. Yes. What? Last one. We're just folding on the score lines, putting our cut lines inside. Yes, puppy. Okay, so now we have 10 pieces that should look like this, with our cut edges inside on a valley fold. Okay? So when you set them up like this, they've got a little gusset in them. Okay? So now we're going to take each of these and we're going to pop up each and every other one of these. we're going to squish and lay it flat. Going to give it a good, so this is what it's going to look like afterwards. Okay? Show you that again. We're going to take and pop up every other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And give it a squish. You're going to do that to all of them. Okay, so again, we're just popping every other one up. Then I'm going to have to go check on these guys here after we get these all done. Okay. I think Ian might be here, which is good. We're just making them flat. Okay. Last two. Every other one, we're just popping up. To create teeth. Okay. All right. All right, I need to go check on the boys upstairs and make sure that they are ready to go. So I'm going to pause for just a second and I will be right back. So we've got all of that settled. Mom, you need to get your uniform stuff on. Can you bring it down here? right, guys. I got the boys all settled. All right. Sorry about that. I had to go deal with the boys. So we finally got everything to this stage. So basically, it's this way. Now we're going to take each one of these and you're going to cut a little triangle off each side. Not very big, more of a sliver. Hopefully it kind of pops off. And that, so then you're going to have all these little pieces.
I'm assuming I'm taking Vaughn home after Scouts.
Yeah,
okay.
Please.
Yep.
Or just drop him off at his house. He's fine. You can literally just drop him off.
Okay.
You don't have to go in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. All right, again, we're just taking the edges off of these. I may have to go save the puppy. Darby! All right, so we're just clipping corners. Darby! All right. All right, they're having a party up there. All right. And the last one. All right, so now we have notched all of our ends, and they all are measuring together. So when you put them together, they basically kind of make one piece that looks like this. Okay? Now we're going to set these aside, and you're going to take two of them, and you're going to, well, actually, what we're going to do first is, in order to make this easy, we're going to flip every other one. So we're going to go 2, 4 gets flipped, 6 gets flipped, 8 gets flipped, 10 gets flipped. So now we have kind of tabs all the way through. Okay? Kind of a cone shape here. All right? Now we're going to take the first two, and you're going to lay them flat, and you're going to intersect them together so that the fold lines almost touch. Okay? And you're going to need 5 straws. 3, 4, 5. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your straw and run it through the middle of your pieces being together. You should be able to run it right through the middle. And then when you pull, you'll be able to flatten them down. And you have made a signature with 4 pages. Okay? So that's the first one, and we're going to do that 5 more times. Or 4 more times. So that we get 5 signatures. Okay? So you're just going to fit them together till the folds meet and stick a straw up the middle. And then give them a pull, and then they should come down to give you a signature. Okay, so that's 2. The next 2, put them together. They should fit nicely. And again, you're going to stick your straw through and pull and come down nicely. Okay, it's going to give us our 4 pages there. All right, we're going to do our next 2. Fold and pull. And then our last 2. We're going to put together and push our straw through. And pull these apart and down, and that makes our 5th signature. So now we have, hello, so now we have 5 pieces that look like this. Okay? So now, in order to bind the book, I'm going to show you how to bind the book. We're going to go ahead and do that, but then in order to decorate the pages and stuff, I'm going to take it back apart. But I want you to see how it gets bound for those of you who need to leave early. So we've got some baker's twine. You're going to take a length of baker's twine. You're going to hold your pieces on your surface. You're going to grab your end and hold it with the finger here at the top, and you're going to go under the first one, and you're going to weave through these. Okay? And then you're going to come up and weave back, and you're going to do this about 5 or 6 times. Come on, Darby, you can come down. I'm going to have to go rescue the puppy here. Okay, So we're going to go back through, and you just do enough until you feel like it's got a nice little edge on the end. And then you're going to finish with the straw that you began with. No, yeah, under, over, under, over, and then you will come up on one side and your end string will be on the other. Okay? And we're just going to tie this in a knot, a nice double knot. For whatever reason, I'm having a hard time tying that with it being attached. Okay. Maybe it's because I got a short end here and nails that are really long. There's one. We've been on almost an hour. And 2. All right, we're going to do exactly the same thing for the other side. Going to set those down pretty tight. Okay, we're going to do exactly the same thing. Okay, so you're going to hold the top, and then you're going to weave these through. Push them down, and you're just going to weave them through. You're going to keep doing that until you get about 5 or 6 back and forth ones. Pushing them down. As you go. All right. Yep, I recorded it. And then you're going to go ahead and tie this one off. All right, so that gives us our bindings. So now we have a cute little mini book that has 5 signatures of 4 pages each, and that. And these were really popular when mini albums started. It was kind of one of those things that people were doing. And I thought, you know, with these straws, everybody's gung-ho on these straws, and I ended up buying some. I thought, oh my word, I'm going to have a ton of straws and nothing to do with them. So I came up with an idea to kind of do the hinge. This is the piano hinge binding. And then my other thought is in order to make it a display piece, because, you know, I want my straws to kind of show, because that's kind of the fun thing. You get one of the little crystal looking glass, whatever these are. These are candlestick holders. And what you do is you pull it off your shelf that it's been sitting there for 3 years in order to finally use it. I'm going to wipe mine off first so that it looks, you know. It's the same as the bamboo skewer books that were made a while ago, years ago. Only we just use straws to bind ours instead of the skewers. All right, now we're kind of dried up here. Okay, now we have a pretty, not dirty one of those. And now, if you if you roll your 5 pieces and stuff your straws in, we can add a little glue at the bottom when you're ready, and that you basically can have a nice little decorative display album. So now all we need to do is decorate our pages. What do you guys think? We definitely need to stuff something in the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. This now just needs to be embellished. The pages that fit on these will be 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. Should be, I think, or is it 3 1/2? I think it's 3 1/2. So yeah, your pages, your matting for these will be 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, and that gives you the big mat for each of those. And basically now you kind of have this cute little book that can sit out on a table. People can kind of look through, that kind of thing. You can change it out by season. So here is this one, which is black and white, that we're going to use the NV rose. Here's the craft colored one that I made. That isn't embellished either. We definitely are going to have to find something to stick in the bottom. Probably a little bit of glue, like some Eileen's tacky glue or something, just to really glue that in there. But it really is something that is kind of cute and unique. So, all right, I'm going to stop the video. You can find out more information on my blog over at scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com or come see the Facebook page. Thanks for joining us.